my cat, her name is Poppy, but she goes by P, but I call her Baby Bean. She's made of beans. And did you know what bean is in Russian?
What?
Bulb. So she's made of bulbs.
Well, I had my crack scientists break into your apartment and do a test on Poppy, a.k.a. P Baby, or what are all her names?
P, Baby P,
Baby
Squish,
P.
Squish Bean, Beanie McSweeney, Beanie Baby,
Yes.
Perfect,
And
Squish.
they did a test to see if she's officially made of beans. These are official test results.
That's so good. Wow.
And so we are going to find out once and for all if Baby P is made of beans.
Is this what happens when you lose your job? This is all the time that you have.
Yeah, I mean, this took no time at all, right?
Okay.
No, I mean, it cost a lot of money. It's all right.
If this cat is not made of beans, I'm going to do the dance that the baby daddies on Maury do when they find out they're not the father.
All right.
Welcome to Cleveland, America. That is all. Enjoy the show.
And singing, because that'll happen probably.
Probably a lot.
Because Sarah sucks her life.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Cleveland, America.
It's not a serious place.
Now I feel like you're intentionally being low on your volume.
I'm just hungover. It's not a serious place.
All right, it's not a serious place. Which is why we're going to start with something very special. We have a guest today, Sarah Vulpio. Hey!
Yeah, that's me.
Yes, she is one of Cleveland's funniest comedians. She works on the Funny Bus. Don't do that, Jimmy.
Jimmy, I'll ruin
Jimmy.
your life. Jimmy, I will lick your asshole if you ever do that again.
Voted one of Cleveland's
Wait, is
top
that a punishment?
100 funniest women.
No, when Sarah does
Yeah,
it.
because I have sandpaper time.
Well, that actually brings me to our first segment because Sarah has, two cats?
Three.
Three cats?
Three now.
And I've seen videos of you talking with the cats and saying you are made of what?
Made of beans, and nobody's going to watch this if I start talking.
No, do it because we have a thing. here.
Okay. No,
No,
so
no,
my
listen, tell
my
everybody
cat,
about it.
her name is Poppy, but she goes by P, but I call her Baby Bean. She's made of beans. And did you know what bean is in Russian?
What?
Bulb. So
Bulb.
she's made of bulbs.
Well, I had my crack scientists break into your apartment and do a test on Poppy, a.k.a. P Baby, or what are all her names?
P, Baby P,
Baby
Squish,
P.
Squish Bean, Beanie McSweeney, Beanie Baby, Perfect,
And
Squish.
they did a test to see if she's officially made of beans. These are official test results.
That's so good. Wow.
And so we are going to find out once and for all if Baby P is made of beans.
Is this what
It's a
happens when
Maury.
you lose your job? This is all the time that you have.
Yeah, I mean, this took no time at all, right?
Okay.
No, I mean, it cost a lot of money. It's all right.
If this cat is not made of beans, I'm going to do the dance that the baby daddies on Maury do
Where
when they
they,
find out
like,
they're not the
run
father.
off.
All right. The official results,
This is so dumb.
according
No, I
to
can
these
see
scientists, not made of beans.
No.
Not beans.
No beans in this house. No beans. I told you. I told you. I told you no beans.
Wow. I'm heartbroken. And I have some phone calls
Not
today.
beans.
Oh no. All right,
It's
well, that's
gone.
over there now.
Wow.
Looks like you spent a lot of time on that too.
Yeah, it's not the time I spent; it's the money I spent.
It's the money you
It's the
spent.
money to get the cat officially tested to see if it is beans or
She's
not.
my background.
Our Q2 budget is torched over there.
But look, she looks like a baby. That's her right there.
You had me. I actually thought you sent in her cat hair to get DNA tested.
You're really dumb.
I am dumb.
That
I was
would
like,
be
that's
weird.
funny.
Jimmy was legit on the edge of his seat.
I was like, I wanted to know what type of cat she had.
But Jimmy is also the person that would see this and be like, "Those are official results. It says right there."
Why would you lie?
Looking at this on Molly would probably fucking rule.
I got that. Listen, for free. Hello, some idiot paid like $22 to $95 with tax, and I did. No, I wasn't even on the show, but I went to go check out Don't Tell, and it was in this brewery, and they had different rooms, and there was this one room where it was. I thought it was like people were selling stuff, and then I didn't find out till after that everything was free.
Oh, it was just free.
So you walk in, and so I grabbed this and like this good smelling stuff that came in like a little kit, and I like went up to this guy and I was like, "Do I have to tell somebody I'm taking this?" And he's like, "No, it's fine." I was like, I felt like I was doing something wrong. Well, I used to famously, I was like a really big shoplifter back in the day. So now anytime I leave a business without buying something, I feel like but it's PTSD I gave myself because like I'm the criminal.
Yeah.
But
Why don't you just start stealing again?
I was so ballsy, dude. No. Hello?
Shut up,
I'm
Pants.
not doing that.
Quitter.
I got in trouble 4 times. I got actually had to go to court the last time from Walmart, and I was like, "Get over yourselves. You guys have what do you? Oh, you want this?
How about your
makeup
wage
I took?
theft?
Yeah.
Sarah, you haven't stopped stealing. You've just shifted what you're a thief of. People's hearts.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God. My mom actually sent me this sweatshirt. This has a point to it. She was at Marshall's yesterday, and she sent me a picture of this sweatshirt that said Heartbreaker. And she's like, "Do you want this?" And I was like, I said, "No, not really. It's not something I'd wear." And she goes, "But I like it, and I love the saying."
The girl in the full juicy
I love Sue.
tracksuit and baby girl t-shirt is above the Heartbreaker Walmart shirt.
I think she bought it anyway.
The mom purchased Heartbreaker.
I think she ended up buying it anyway because, like, when my mom wants, she's like, "But Sarah, it's on sale," and I like the saying, and I said, "All right, Mom." So next time you see me, I'll be sporting it.
Heartbreaker, you got the best of me.
I love Sue so much. Sarah and I have been friends
Sue.
for like 10 years.
Sue is such a mom name.
Sue
It is.
That's
Well,
my
that
mom's
makes
name
sense
too.
'cause
Yeah.
she-
That's an alpha mom name.
That
Sue.
is. Yeah, we've been friends for 10 years.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
That's crazy.
I thought you were talking about your mom.
No. Well, there were some rough times there. I wish I'd been friends with my mom for 10 years. We don't really get down like that.
No, my family are big fans of Bill.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't be? Who would not be?
There's lots of people.
He's huge with
people.
parents.
Yeah.
He's huge with parents.
Nah, not just with
Yeah.
some parents, but like then there's plenty of people that, they don't like me for whatever reason, but I can't change their
You
mind.
can't, okay, this is interesting.
Yeah.
We all have people that don't like us.
Yeah.
I don't, I feel like you're
Speak for yourself.
you're not living an honest life if you don't have a couple people. And we're not including exes, just people that straight up like, I don't care for that person.
Yeah.
I got like,
And usually it's more a reflection on who they are than who, like, I am or who you are. It's like I'm pretty nice to people. I'm pretty, like, fair about stuff like that, And if someone just goes, "No, I like Bill," I'm like, "Oh, then you probably got something going on where you don't like that. I'm, like, compassionate or some shit."
I've never met a person where I'm like, fuck this dude. Like I've never had
You've
this.
never, ever
No, I've
in
never
your
had the,
life.
I've never had the energy where it's like I already have contempt for this person. It's like,
Ooh,
if-
I
if
do.
over-
I have that
I
every
have-
single day.
Yeah.
if over time,
It says more about you than them, huh?
no, you get to
We
know-
just talked about how you don't like you.
Yeah, Jimmy, let's get into it.
All right. Is this the theme of the episode?
No, you brought it up.
Surprise, Shadow, it's your intervention.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, but here's the thing, and this is called growth.
Yeah.
And like, especially in comedy, like I was talking to Kirill, this would be fun if you could like put a picture of
I
who
could
we're
put
talking
Kirill,
about.
yeah. Great
Okay,
sound
so
effect, by the way.
thank you.
I
Kirill.
will time it up with the sound effect.
Okay, so who's another comic? He and I were talking about that, and I was like, you're not gonna please everybody, and I think growing up is realizing that and just being like, if you don't like me, that's fine. Like I don't care, but like I think in your 20s, you're so worried about like everybody liking you, and it's
Acceptance
like,
and
and I was just like, hi 911, if you don't like me, I don't care. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I'm going to bring up somebody, and can you do the sound effect?
Yeah.
Elliot. We were hanging out the other night, and he was just talking about how he's got some, insecurities about that, and like wants people to like him, and gets like upset when people don't. And I'm like, dude, the most freeing thing, and like honestly, like everybody's got their version of spirituality. My spirituality is not giving a fuck what like people think of me. Like,
Right.
and I don't want to say like I don't care what people think because that's always disingenuous. But when it comes to someone that's just like, oh, I don't like Bill, I'm like, okay,
Yeah, no.
what am I gonna do?
Right.
Okay, caring about what people think, like people's opinion of you, and caring if people like you are two pretty
That's
different
yeah,
things.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
also, like,
true.
I'm not trying to be boomer on Elliot. Elliot's a younger guy.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
in his 20s.
Right.
Those are things when you're younger
You care more
wrestle
about,
with.
yeah.
Like, but yeah, the first. Everybody wants to be liked. It's a human need to want to be liked by some people, right? So it doesn't make
Give
you,
into that, Jimmy. Like people, you.
Yeah, it
I know
doesn't
you
make
want to
an
be
asshole.
liked.
Oh, I have the Elliot thing where I want people to like me.
Yeah, we're all
Yeah.
stand-up comedians. No shit, we all want acceptance from
Yeah.
from strangers. Like,
That's actually supposed to do it louder into the microphone.
shot out of a cannon
Yeah.
today, Ms. Vulpio.
Gum makes me gassy.
Also, let's count how many different accents Sarah does. So far, we've got British, and I guess that was a little bit Southern right there.
I just
Is
don't know.
Is
better than
antebellum an
monkeys.
offensive term? Because that was like an antebellum.
Yeah, I mean,
I am
The
fine.
pink lemonade gum hit me quite differently.
Oh, she got the vapors now.
She's fanning herself with the fucking.
I'm
the results.
sweating, and I don't know why. If
It's
'cause
always
I'm
warm in
in
here.
velour.
Hold on. Actually, we always have at Old 86 where we record this podcast. The heat's always at 78 for whatever godforsaken reason.
It's to keep the hot girls warm.
Thank you.
These bitches' hands get cold.
My hands are cold and sweaty. I have hyperhidrosis in my hands and feet. This is my story. So if you see, like, I put my hand on the
TLC, are you
table.
listening? You already got that Balin, who I love.
I love her.
She's
Want 'em
so
up? That's my favorite one. Or when she's like, "You're done. You're done." Well, I used to.
I love the good damn.
That's a big girl.
Yeah, good damn.
Yeah, and she's like, "That's a big girl."
Oh, and anything
she's
Joe
like trying
Biden.
not to laugh. It's so funny.
And there's one cameraman, man, and his name is JB, and that's close enough to Joe Biden that she just goes, Joe Biden. It's so good. I love it.
Can you see the sweat on my hands? Really get in there.
Yeah.
Okay, don't
Really?
smell it. And I used to do show
I got
choir,
that for
and we
free.
did like partner work. And so I would be like so embarrassed, like holding this like guy's hands, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. And that's my dad's fault because it's genetic. And so,
Thanks, Dad.
thanks, Rob. Okay, you can put a picture of my dad or draw one.
How long
You're
have you
so
been-
artistic.
How long have you been friends with your dad?
Recently, actually, it's pretty. No, my dad got back surgery, and that somehow made us closer. So that's fun. So if you aren't getting along with your parents, make sure they get a really large surgery, and it'll change.
I had one of maybe a core memory formed yesterday with my own father. We were at Sky Zone for my nephew's birthday party. So my nephews just don't give a fuck about me. Like, they just, speaking of being liked or not liked,
Yeah.
they don't regard me in any way. So me and my dad are just sitting there, and we're kind of like in a weird VIP area where like you're in like a mezzanine where you can watch everybody bounce and stuff.
Watch all the kids.
Which is weird when you're childless because that's not something I really felt great about watching.
They're
So-
like, this is the best place to see all the kiddos.
me being the cool uncle, I'm just like, all right, where the MILFs at? And then, so my father, salt of the earth dude, never saw him so much as even talk about another woman in a life of being married to my mother. We see like, I'll call her North Olmsted 12.
Yeah.
Walks across the floor to get like her kid like water or something. So
And your dad does a Balin. God damn.
I see her. I do what I always do. She looks up. She can feel us like watching her. She catches me, and I do the Michael Cera from Superbad. You know,
Yeah,
like,
right.
no, it doesn't help.
Yeah.
I look over, and my dad did the same thing, and I was like, "I think we've been caught, Dad." And he just goes, "You know the Alonzo Mourning gift?" Where he's like, and then I like did the. I just like, oh, that was funny. It was-
Gotta
yeah,
learn to
it was a little-
rubberneck.
Yeah, yeah.
My dad's
Also,
too-
just like if she catches you, just go, hey.
Dude, it was so funny because I
a little,
realized
"What's
my
up?"
dad, like I realized my dad just had a human moment where we're both just watching the same lady, and then like I just like normally if it's just me, I just go, "What's your Instagram?" Like you know, but no,
As long as a lady, as long as you're not like gross about it. Like I was at, oh my God. I was at the gym a couple weeks ago, and I saw a dude, I was looking in the mirror, and I saw a guy walk behind me, check out my ass in the mirror, and I said, okay. I was like, that's fine. I was like, look away. You know, I was like.
I'm not saying this to objectify Sarah. She has a wonderful hiney. We've worked out together. She put a lot.
This is, okay, Jimmy, don't. This is the
For
thing
the viewers
with
at
men.
home, Jimmy just made the mistake.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Jimmy, it would be your dream for me to lick your asshole. Okay, it would be your specific dream. I love when guys.
Chopped liver.
Yeah. Well, we're not gonna get into that. Anyway,
Jimmy, it'd be a dream for all three of us to lick your asshole. Is that what you're
That's why-
insinuating?
Yes.
Okay,
That's
all
why
right.
I joined this podcast.
for it to happen.
Well, you better
one day.
shape up, or it's gonna happen. That's your punishment.
If you say it like mean enough,
Yeah.
then like it does sound
Yeah,
like a
it sounds
threat.
like there's gonna be
if
poop
you don't
there, yeah.
if you don't sit down, I'm gonna lick your asshole.
Do you get approached in the gym a lot when you work out?
No, but I
Nor should anyone get approached in the gym. I'm just
here's
curious.
okay. Here's my thing though. Is like I want to like dudes that like work out are hot to me, so I like want them like, but I also don't want to be approached. So
Yeah.
it's like, how do you get like a dude from the gym, but you don't want him to actually talk to you? I did have a guy one time because I usually go to the one in Fairview, but I was dog sitting, so I was over in
Hold on a
Parma.
second. Are you sure you want that committed to recording? Because you will have dudes showing up.
that true?
Planet Fitness is not that expensive. Dudes will show up.
Okay, scratch that part.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I just like it.
Wait, do I have to edit that out now? Not enough people. Nobody actually. Let's be honest.
Nobody actually cares
Nobody
or
that
watches
listens to this
this.
works out.
Yeah.
So
valid. That's valid.
Hey, maybe they'll start. Maybe we'll start a health.
yeah,
initiative.
yeah.
I-
They'll be like, I went to the gym to just try and hit on Sarah, but it turns out I needed, like, I got really, I fell in love with lifting.
That's such a cute story.
Yeah.
And it's all because of me.
It's all because of you.
Yeah, so I was just at a different location.
Do you like when
and
things
this-
are about you?
Yes, obviously. Who doesn't? And
Fairview Park, Planet Fitness.
and this I was at a different one, and this guy was like, "Are you new here?" And I like stopped the music, and I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Do you go to this one? Like, I've never seen you here before." And I was like, "I come here sometimes," and then I just went back to doing it. And if you try to like, but I will straight up just be like, "Don't talk to me," like, because I've learned also that you can ignore somebody all you want, but I've like had to straight up look at men and be like, "Get away from me," and then they'll like back up. Because otherwise, like when I used to live in Chicago, I was on the train one time, and I was in a single, and it was a full train, and I was sitting in a single seat, and then across from me was this guy closest to the window, and then this girl closest to the aisle. They did not know each other, and there's this homeless dude standing over this girl, harassing her, and she doesn't have headphones in, and she's like so quiet, just like sitting like this, like could not give off more "do not talk to me" energy. And so finally I'm like, "Hey, she doesn't want to be talked to right now." And he's like, "Well," and I was like, "She's too sweet to say anything, so I'm gonna say something for her. Go away." And he's like, "Well, I gave her my seat." I go, "Then you can have my seat. Sit the fuck down and leave her alone." And then what pissed me off,
I love Sarah acts like she can beat up anyone. And
Famously, which I cannot.
And that she's never in danger.
oh, I was at Around the Corner once, and these dudes were getting into a fight, and there's me, and I'm just like, "Stop," like I will jump in the middle of it and then be like, "What am I doing?"
Hold on, Sarah. What ethnic voice did you use to convey? Please do not harm violently.
I was like, "Please don't harm each other. Let's all hug. I got to go sweep the chimneys. I can't have any porridge until it's done."
All right.
A lot of you acting like fucking wankers right now.
Right now, Pants and I are we're gonna do a challenge. Who can come up with the better pickup line at the gym that you judge whose is better and like whose you'd respond to
Okay.
better. All right.
I'm pretending I'm at the gym
All right,
because
so-
I also dance to myself in
Yeah,
the mirror.
of course.
And I did. This was the only
God, I'm
not
too
nice
hungover
time.
for the neurons to fire in this. Okay.
But I was dancing. I danced between sets, okay? And this guy was like,
Keep your
"What are
heart
you
rate up."
listening to?" He was like, "You are having so much fun." And I said, "Gaga." And he was like, "Work." And I was like, "Okay." So he was like, I was like, "That was fine." And he's like, "I left my headphones at home, so I'm
Bitch
living through you."
slave.
Yeah. So he was like, "Oh, of course." And then I was like, Okay,
Was
so
it
like
was
that
like
was
you
it.
ate that set, girl. No crumbs.
No crumbs. No, but that would have been so cute. Oh my God, wait. No, and then we can do the thing, but I need to tell you this
It's
before.
giving Pants more time to think something.
So
I already got it.
You got it?
I already
Okay,
got
all right.
So, and I didn't recognize him, but I was on Hinge. Fine, I re-downloaded it. Okay, I said I wouldn't, but I see the same people all the time.
She's on Hinge, and literally, because I swiped through everybody, I ran into her on Hinge. So I replied to one of her photos in all caps, anal question mark.
And I told him, "You're lucky I upped it to 45." Otherwise, I wouldn't have seen you because
So fucking funny.
I went in and like the last time I had been on Hinge, I was like, I had the age from like 30 to like 42, and I was like, let's see the daddies, and then Pants showed up, and I said, okay, and then
You're like, I guess.
All right.
oh wait, no, I want to finish this. Okay, really quick. So this guy messaged me and he was like, do you go to the Planet Fitness at, well, I'll say Fairview because I already said it and Bill's not editing it out. And I said, yes.
No one
and
knows
he
where
was
that is
like, I
anyways.
know. And then he was like, I've seen you there before. And this man is a porn star. And so I was like, okay, work. You
That
want to
lives-
make
wait,
contact,
porn star.
daddy?
He's a
Okay.
He's a porn
I
star
thought that was gonna
lives in
fit going.
Northeast Ohio.
He's here at the moment. Based
Okay.
on his profile. I don't
Obviously,
know.
Seen
we're
his
not going
stuff?
to name names on that one, but
Define
that's
porn
exciting.
star.
Just
Only-
in his thing, he said like the video, like the movie camera, a movie camera.
Mattress
I
actress?
am 20,000 years old. Oh, no, he had a camera. Am I having a stroke?
He had like a camera
Emoji.
egg
Star emoji.
Yeah.
Then he said the adult kind.
I have a camera
That took me so long to say.
I have lighting in my
But that
bedroom.
could mean anything. That could mean he just like does like
Are you giving him a hot-
OnlyFans.
I am, like,
Define
sweating.
Like this
star.
guy, like you're fucking getting the hot
No,
flashes
I
over
had
here.
one shot and I'm wearing velour and it's toasty in here and I usually don't
I-
sweat.
I wonder
I
if this is
turn
the
the-
guy that was talking shit about Pants at High and Dry.
There was somebody talking-
Isn't he?
Oh, yeah,
poor
he's like a
fuck.
fucking loser. That guy's like an OnlyFans loser guy.
Yeah.
You're good. Yeah, maybe.
Now
Probably
do the
not.
burps into the microphone because
That's-
we have
we miss you,
listeners.
Tommy.
Because Tommy burps in the
Tommy
microphone, and then,
burps.
so like there's people that like that. that listen to the show just
okay,
for that.
well,
so-
pay me.
Yeah.
I want to
They
cut.
will. They will.
All right,
Some of
so,
them will.
All right, so
Okay, the
couple
lines.
lines.
Okay.
Bill, you can go first.
All right, I'll go first. All right, here's
All right, so like Sarah's getting done on the leg press. She's just trying to like figure out what she's gonna do next. She's trying to mind her own business, and then Bill.
and then I walk up and I go, "Hey, I lost one of my earbuds. If you see it, let me know." And then I would take the
Wait,
earbud.
no.
What?
Are we having an interaction?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me say what I would
Okay,
say. God. Okay, start again.
All right, it's like, I lost one of my earbuds.
Hold on.
If you
What
see
did
it,
you say?
I lost one of my earbuds around here. If you see it, would you let me know?
Sure. Yeah.
And then I'd throw it down and be like,
That's funny. I would just be like, "Oh, you're funny. Bye."
but then we have that connection, like, oh, there's the funny guy that works
Yeah,
out
but I'm
here.
not gonna
Yeah.
pick up your gross earwax
I'm not
earbud.
I didn't ask you to
either.
pick it up. I asked you to let me know if you see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I found your
But I got the
earbud.
laugh, and that's all I
That
was
is
looking
funny.
for. And that's how Bill gets in.
Okay. Gets in.
Yeah.
Gets in. Gets in. You know what I love saying?
Yeah.
To what end? That's from Maya Rudolph in an SNL sketch. Look it up. Okay. All right. Pants, go.
All right, Pants.
So
Oh, he had to go
so-
fucking Mike out of stand for this one.
So I would approach you. I would approach you in Mark Wahlberg.
Look
where
at
it's
Pants.
like,
Make eye contact.
hey, how's it going? Couldn't help but notice you were working real hard over there.
Why do you
Anyways,
sound like that?
when I go do my shoulder lifts, my shoulder press, I'm gonna be thinking about you. All right, have a good workout.
Why did you do it in that voice?
This is
'Cause
Mark
it's
Wahlberg's
funnier,
sexy
yeah.
voice. Yeah.
Okay.
I literally, as a joke, I used to DM chicks. With that,
Oh.
like, okay, my foot was already in the door when I make this when I let this line out. So it's like, it's not meant to be serious, but I literally would DM, I think about you when I lift weights. And it went over
That's
like a
funny.
fucking fart in an astronaut suit. Like, like I go, like, that's the thing. It's like,
Can I ask why you had to go mic out of stand? Like, what is the?
I don't
the
know. I feel more in the
significance of
pocket. I feel like just more at home. You know,
All
like,
right, well,
you know, I'm hosting comedy shows now. I'm
yeah,
like
yeah.
feeling loose. Like, you know, it's like I feel like we're doing a talk show here. I don't know.
I will say, okay, because you weren't there for the best set of my life, apparently Thursday. I was talking about that. I was like, I will say it's, but also I'm not a man, so I don't have this like problem. But I'm like, it is. I understand it is very tough to like approach a woman and like shoot your shot. So I'm like, but also at the same time, like it's especially at the gym where I'm like, I don't want to be bothered. Here's the problem: I don't want to be bothered if you're not hot. If you're hot, bother me all you want. You know what I
don't like-
mean?
Here's the thing: if you're truly hot as a dude, and I wouldn't really know about this, I don't ever fucking even look
Well,
at women
hey,
in the gym. No,
you're,
like,
you're hot, Pants.
thank you, Jimmy. I'll talk to you after the show.
All right, lick his asshole.
Yeah. No, like, look, I'm not gonna pretend like I never see hot chicks come in the gym, but I would never in a million years try to approach a woman that's trying to have 1 hour out of her day for herself. They don't want to be approached by anybody, let alone like good-looking dudes, let alone fucking me. And it's like, yeah, like I've never seen a winning battle fought in the gym on a man's behalf with that shit.
So here's a story.
I do like to do this. I go, hey, you're actually doing that wrong. Just kidding. Just kidding. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, but like,
Well,
even,
they
like,
look at you and be like,
They're like-
bullshit.
exactly.
No.
like even that, like, to me, it's like, yeah, but even if it's funny.
But that's like something I won't like. That's something I'll do with somebody that I like know
No,
already.
right.
But like I like doing that to the trainers
Yeah.
at the gym,
Yeah.
like that I know, and I'll just be like, Mary, all wrong.
I like my strategy beyond just wanting to go to work out in the gym is like I will act like the most unhinged person in the gym so no one bothers me at all. And it's like just like air guitaring to Richard Marx between sets, pacing around like a fucking moron, like that shit.
Well-
And trust me, no one wants to talk to you in the gym at that point. And I go to, not to be snooty, a far nicer gym than Planet Fitness. No offense.
Okay, well,
Tremont Athletic Club.
Guess what? Sometimes
I don't know if me plugging that anymore helps them or hurts them when I say it, but you're right for doing that.
for what?
Do you go to one of the
Tremont
gyms
Athletic
where
Club.
it's like encouraged that you yell at the top of your lungs?
No,
No.
gym.
No, Planet
There
Fitness.
is no gym on the face of the planet that encourages that ever.
Not like the bodybuilder gym.
Not even like old
Yeah.
school iron.
Like,
or the yeah.
I
No,
thought that
the
was like
meat-
part
I
of
mean,
the
there's
powerlifting
nobody,
gyms,
no one encourages it, but it's more accepted there. But like Planet Fitness, which I'm so mad that this bit never worked because I thought it was so funny, but I was like, Planet Fitness is like, we don't judge here, yet they have a fucking alarm that goes off if you're working out too hard.
Yeah.
Like, and they have a whole thing called like a lunk, which is pretty much like a meathead dude that's like grunting with his
Yeah.
shirt off and he's like drinking like a gallon of water. And I was like, they're all about no judgment unless you look like that person. But I actually
Act like that person.
There's
Act
no
like that
excuse to-
person.
There's no excuse to behave like that in a gym.
Yeah.
Even dudes that literally can squat 900 pounds, they're yelling because they have 900 pounds on the back of their neck. If you're in there benching 185 and you're grunting and fucking hemming and hawing and carrying on, you're just acting. That's
Yeah.
not
If you're
a thing you should ever do
extremely
in
out
the
of
gym.
shape, though.
then maybe
I
less
am
than
extremely
the
out of
weights.
shape. I'm extremely out of shape, and I don't behave like that.
I feel like if I
Then
was to
maybe
lift
try
any
less
amount of
weight.
like just the bar, I'd be like,
It's like
Yeah,
dude,
that's
yeah, but
fine.
you're
They
also
just
not going
don't
to be
want
as loud
you-
as you think.
okay.
Because like if I ever grunt, it's like. But there are
Can you
guys
say that again so we can record that nicely?
I'm like this. That's how I grunt when I lift. No, I want to tell
comment.
this story.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Floor is yours.
Thank you.
She's got a whole story to tell.
Okay, so I'm
Tell
at.
it beginning, middle, and end, and not going on any tangents.
I am trying.
The gauntlet has been
so
thrown down.
hard. I'm like sweating. Also, can you see my belly button the way I sit here? Because I don't want it
No,
to be shown.
no.
It's
Well, you
not.
can. Okay, great.
You're good.
So,
But we can't see your
Prior-
vagina somehow.
is that because I cut a hole in my
If
pants?
you didn't want your belly button to be shown, why did you wear like a cut-off shirt?
Because I.
Thank you from the comments.
I feel like we're in court.
They're
right
all
now.
gonna
like-
say it.
That's true. Because I thought it would be covered. I just didn't
It's
know.
a very cute belly button.
Thanks. I got it pierced.
Yeah, here.
Now you can see it. That was probably really flattering. Okay, listen.
All right.
Okay,
Story, beginning,
so-
middle, end.
Before I re-downloaded Hinge this time, this was last time I had it, I matched with this dude who was like, okay, whatever. And I knew he went to the gym. I was like, okay, work. So we had like been messaging back and forth and like made plans to meet up. And here's the thing, 9 out of 10 times I'm going to cancel the day of, which, okay, I love doing stand-up because I can just lie and say I got booked last minute and then like they can't be upset.
I've never done that.
Anyway, and so are you on Hinge right now?
Yeah.
Can you like give me your attention for 5
listening.
seconds? Thank you. Okay, no,
She's
you
really-
can't.
That
look
doesn't.
while-
This doesn't
looks
count as a
good.
tangent because of.
She's not going
yeah.
anywhere.
Yeah.
And you
Get-
don't
get
even
off Hinge.
golf.
Get off Hinge.
Okay,
Get
and
off
she
Hinge.
and she
Looks
golfs.
cute in the golf gear.
Okay, and anyway, so I ghosted this dude, right? Okay, and I'm at the gym, and he comes up to me, and I was like doing arms or something, so I'm sitting down, and he comes up to me and he goes, "Were you gonna text me back?" And I look at him and I go, "I wasn't planning on it," and I was like. You caught me. You fucking cornered me here at the gym. And then we're like talking a little bit, and he's like flirting with me, and he's like, "You look so hot." And I was like, "Duh." And then he was like, "Do you want to hang out this weekend?" And I was like, "Sure." Spoiler alert, ended up blocking him because he sent me a video of him jerking off on the highway. That
Oh,
was
that's that
crazy.
guy?
That's that dude
That's that
who
guy.
I still see. And then when I re-downloaded Hinge, he liked me. And I was like, dude, do you not get it? I don't want your 2-finger penis or the highway. Like, he is gross. And I was like, that is one thing to
That's
like.
a special level of affection where you're so into somebody you're willing to risk your life to jack off and send it to somebody. I'm just saying.
Oh my God, though.
And
But
also,
I was
it
like,
sounds like from what she's saying is like he's 2-fingering like.
it was
like
not.
baby
I don't
carrot.
think it was hard all the way.
Oh.
Like to send that to someone is insane.
And I didn't ask. I wasn't like on a time crunch. So
me
you
see
could
that
have
hog,
waited.
bro.
You could have waited for it to be harder or bigger.
That's,
He did none of those things. And I
is
still see him at the
That
gym.
is psychotic behavior to not be fucking at full strength and send a jack off.
That's
video.
why I have the whole bit. But, okay, wait. But, listen. Okay, so
He's the one. By
there's
the way.
this other guy.
He's the guy for you.
This is the greatest commercial ever for Tremont Athletic Club, by the way. Like the story you're telling right now, like you could not be doing better. So thank you.
So then, okay, so the guy who you probably don't remember, but he was a guy I brought to Halloween. We were seeing each other for a hot minute, and he usually goes to a different Planet Fitness location, but I've been seeing him at mine, and things didn't end well because he was mean to me, and I told him to go fuck himself anyway. But he's so hot, and so it's like I saw him on Hinge.
I love how much of a dude you are. Like you are such a fucking dude.
He's so hot, and I'm like, how mean was he really? You know what I mean? But like, no. So I re-downloaded Hinge.
No more mean boys.
I know.
You've done
No
the
more
mean
mean boys.
You've done
I
the mean
know.
boys.
I know. But he was so hot and sex was so. Anyway,
But-
okay.
but-
I know. Listen. Okay, so okay. Have you ever been on Tinder and you see like an ex or like somebody you used to hook up with and you swipe right just to see if they like you?
No, I
Yeah,
actually I have not had that experience until this week.
More like not an ex, but like someone that I used to hook up.
I
Yeah,
saw
somebody
it.
you had some sort of relations
Yes.
with.
So you just I want to fucking
Yeah,
see
like
what happens.
that's easy when it's Tinder, but when it's Hinge, you have to like a person's specific photo or
Yeah,
like their
they
prompt.
Know, like, they know you liked it.
So like, we'll call him John. John popped up, and I was like, that's 3 of his pictures are ones I took, and I said, if you get laid, I'm the reason, because men famously can't take photos of themselves. So you're welcome. So
Fair.
I was like, I didn't X him out, and I was just like sitting on it, and then I was like, should I like? And then I was like, that's so like embarrassing though. Then if he doesn't like me back, because then also he knows that I purposely liked his. Anyway, I did, and then he didn't like me back, which is fine.
No, dude, you can't.
But he's so hot,
I
and it makes me so upset.
I refuse to put myself out there for the opportunity to let them hurt me again. Like I saw like an ex of mine on the Hinge, and there was no instinct in me to try to swipe right or like the picture. Like I just X'd it because I go, nope. I go, in the words of the legend Tracy Morgan, you don't hurt me, I hurt you.
Well, luckily my ex is in his 20s, so I don't have a chance of running into him on Hinge, or I'd probably kill myself.
So what's your
I
age?
kill myself.
What's your
but
age?
The
slugger at?
Undertaker?
30.
30
yes.
to
30 to
45.
I think. I think I may have gone back down a little, but like 42, like in the 40s.
Yeah.
So, in the world of like dating and
No,
just,
wait, I went to 29. Sorry, I'm at
that's
29,
okay.
but he's not 29, so it's fine.
the world of dating, I started watching Temptation Island on Netflix. Have you guys watched it yet?
Is it one of those reality
from
where
the-
they're all
like-
hot
like
and they
it's from
can't
the
fuck?
2000s, right?
No. So it is a reality show, but they are so people go on there with their significant other, and then they like get split up, and they have to date. We have demands from the.
yeah, we got the
I mean, it's
producer.
If you're gonna get
snapping
him one,
at-
I'll take
Yeah,
another.
yeah.
I was trying to
Sarah,
do
you
that
want anything?
subtly.
Yeah.
Should I do a shot? I said I was going to go to the
Yes,
gym after this, but that's what Adderall's
Sorry,
for.
I didn't think
it's
I'm
called
that cool
pre-workout.
to
Yeah.
just
It's
go
called
get it.
pre-workout.
I want this. All right, Jimmy, what were you saying about Hinge?
Well, we were talking about seeing people that you had some sort of interaction with on Hinge.
Yeah.
And I put myself out there. I messaged a lady, and I slid into her DMs. Not in a creepy way. I was just like, hey, I think you're
On
cool.
Hinge or
No,
on Instagram?
on Instagram.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, hey, I think you're cool. She saw me at a show. She thought I was funny. I was
I
like,
love
oh, hey,
this story. I know this story.
I was like, oh, hey, I think you're cool. Like, would you want to get coffee sometime? And she was like, oh, hey, I think you're cool too, but I'm talking to somebody,
No.
and I think it's inappropriate. And then I saw her on Hinge, and I liked one of her pictures. And I was like, oh, she already kind of told me she wasn't interested.
Yeah.
Am I a creep for being like,
Did you know that she already told you no?
yeah, she already like, and then I saw her on Hinge, and I was like, oh, I feel creepy.
Oh, I thought this was the one that's just like
No.
liked you.
Wait, you feel creepy because you liked her picture on Hinge?
After she
After she
kinda-
already said no.
Yeah, after she said
Yeah,
no.
not
I
great,
feel like,
babe.
I don't want to be that guy where it's like, oh, I can't take a hint. I'm
Yeah.
very scared.
I think you got the hint. I think you just there was a moment and you go, okay,
Jimmy,
so block
there's-
her and act like it never happened.
You have a very endearing quality about you. I think that even if you're like trying to press a chick in your words, like it comes off as it's not.
I wouldn't
it's not
say it's
menacing or
creep-
like harassing. Like it's.
I wouldn't say that's creepy. I would say it's given desperate,
Yeah, that's what I wanna-
but not creepy.
That's not malicious.
Yeah, you're
though.
just desperate, Jimmy.
You're just,
Yeah,
you're
Jimmy,
just
you're
desperate.
just a fucking.
Desperate.
Okay,
You're
I'll
just
take
women
hopeless,
love
Jimmy.
that.
I'll
You're just
take that over
hopeless.
creepy.
There is a photographer in the Cleveland scene who we can probably all guess,
Yeah,
but
I know who it is, and you don't. have
and
to say
who
another word.
has repeatedly asked me out, and I've said no, and then
No.
also came across me on Hinge and liked my picture, and I said, "Meh," and I was like, and you know what? If you're like full speed ahead, no shame, good for you. But there is a moment where you should reflect and go, she has said no 3 times already.
No.
I don't think the 4th she's going to come around.
I.
You know what
She
I
was
mean?
just waiting for it to be official on Hinge.
Yeah, and like I've seen this person multiple times on Hinge because you know, like when you re-download it,
Yeah.
they throw you the same batch of
Yeah.
people. Even when you say no, I've seen the same guy pop up a million times.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, he has asked me out on Instagram and on. Would you like to share something?
No, I'm just looking at my own Hinge because I
He-
suck my own dick eternally.
Pants is very proud
Do you
of his
want
own
to read
Hinge.
your prompt to the
My prompt,
kids?
all right. I'm not trying to hijack your story, by the way, Sarah.
But you
So
did.
Hinge, you know, people know how Hinge works. It's the closest to an actual social media as dating. So you get to answer questions as your bio. So the first question: I want someone who ... My answer: will spit Monster Energy drink in my mouth. We'll get
You know where you
along
fucked up
if
there? You didn't say White Monster.
I didn't say
Ew.
white.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I don't think
Now
that
you
would
sound
make it better.
you sound really gross if it's just regular Monster. If it's White Monster,
And
then
that's a
you're
guy.
gonna
This,
find,
this is a guy that drinks the fucking yellow rehab Monster that no one drinks. And if he's saying that, goddamn.
I like my tea, baby. I like
All
my
right,
tea.
I'll save everyone for the theater of the fucking radio. You get to record shit, and here's mine.
Dating me is like, you know the movie The Notebook? I never saw it, but like if The Notebook was a movie about you laying in bed watching me watch TikToks of hydraulic presses smashing shit, that would be the storybook romance of
So anyways,
I had an
didn't get no
aneurysm
matches.
listening to that. I was like,
No
how is
matches.
that? What does the Notebook have to do with you laying in bed watching TikToks?
That's his version.
That's
Well,
my-
first of all,
that's-
he
How is that
hasn't seen the
related to
movie.
the
He
Notebook?
hasn't seen the movie.
I
He
listened
just
to that after we matched, and I said, change this. I said, this is the problem.
She didn't. She didn't.
Here-
well,
here's-
I'm not saying you didn't get it, but it's
Okay.
like I clearly do not use dating apps to actually meet.
Yeah.
people.
Baby,
And also-
I know, but if people don't know you do stand up and that you're a comedian, people are just like, is he having a stroke while making this
So, like,
audio?
everyone-
But that's a great response. And in my boy's defense, and the reason women don't get comedy is
Right.
this is a new one. Women usually I say aren't funny, but now
You're right.
We just don't get
now,
comedy.
now you just don't get jokes.
Didn't we make out before?
In spite of all that shit, I got a message from a chick, and I don't know. I didn't know. I have
Is
no
that the
notification.
golf girl?
No.
No.
She's very lovely. Like well
Okay.
out of my league.
Great.
Wait.
I care about the
She goes,
message.
Is
I
that
get-
Skaty McScoot?
No.
Okay. Pants has got like from
Wait, open it
2003
again.
to
Fix it. I wanna see
2005. Pants is like he was down bad for a good like. I mean, you had like some flare ups here and there.
We had some
You had
wrinkles.
some-
Yeah,
some
some like
hiccups.
Yes.
honestly, you at one point in 2023, real good stuff, and then like down bad till like halfway through. Till
Yeah,
like
she's
spring of
cute.
2024,
She goes crazy
and
for
then from like
sushi.
spring of 2024 till now, Pants is like the fucking like you're on like this legendary run for and I'll just say it, an old chubby dude to just be just like knocking it out of the park, and I'm so proud of you for it.
Gutters and strikes, bro. Gutters
Yeah.
and strikes. No, I was literally 3 or 4 years ago. I was in the best shape of my life, and I had a girlfriend for a minute, and like we were very in love. Da da da. Blah.
Yeah.
But other than that, like after that went tits up, no chicks were talking to me, and I'm saying like, I have a very humble view of myself. I was as good looking as any dude around Cleveland you'd have seen for my age. And then I put on Tony Soprano weight, the floodgates opened, and it was like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Because sometimes
Like,
we like a little squish.
all right, Sarah.
I love a squish.
Yeah, can we can be honest, we're friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got squished.
Okay, don't say it like that.
What do you want to say?
That means like that sounds like you sat on me.
I mean, in a way, I mean, it's
Like I don't.
so we fucked, right?
Yeah.
All right, we fucked.
Yes,
And
we
This
had
was after
sex.
I amassed a cultivated mass, but when I was in shape though, crickets. And this is my theory. Maybe this is shitty. I don't know, because women don't want to feel like they're competing to be the best looking part of the equation.
Hello. Yeah, that's a correct thing.
Yeah. So like, look, I don't feel.
I've
comfortable.
always put that first for women. I said, don't worry, you'll be the
No,
hotter
wait.
person."
I'm gonna interrupt you for 1 second. Hold my finger. Okay. So
She loves doing.
So it okay. You can. I don't believe in leagues. I think that's stupid. But it is fun to sometimes know you have the upper hand. But also, my ex famously always told me he wasn't attracted to me when we first went out. So I might have a bit of a complex now. But it is nice
what a
when you're
fucking
like.
weird thing to say.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, we can talk about that later.
You guys dated for like a year.
Close to, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
insane. I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry
just
that
gonna,
happened.
I'm just gonna say this. I hated that guy. Like,
Dean my boss on the
Yeah.
funny bus, who met him twice,
Yeah.
didn't like him.
like
Oh,
I-
wait, can I wrap something around to a previous topic? Where
Yeah.
we talk about people who just don't like you off
Yeah.
the bat. What the fuck did I do to your ex-boyfriend? I talked to him like 2 times.
he
Can we
hated
cut
all
this out
comics.
though?
Okay.
Or we can leave it. I don't care.
No,
He
we're not
does-
naming names.
Yeah,
this
we're.
and you can clip it.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He didn't like anybody.
Yeah.
Like, and that was something. Also, I was like, why do I want a boyfriend that hates everybody? Like, it was nothing personal
Yeah.
to you. He disliked more people than he liked people for no reason.
Well, he was in the right line of work to have that state of
Just
mind.
always like everybody was shit. He called Bill my groomer because Bill and I used to date
Ew.
10 years ago, like a little bit, and just because Bill is older than me, that made me so upset. I was like, you don't know. Bill is one of my closest friends who's always looked out for me, who is such a good person. Like, and I was.
See how
and it
good I
just-
am at grooming?
Next year's Cleveland Comedy Awards, the Lifetime Grooming Achievement Award goes
When
to
you do
Bill
it like
Squire.
me, they never leave your side. You may not be together, but they'll always have your back.
Like, and yeah, and that just like really. And I stopped being friends with Bill. Like I straight up told Bill, like, hey, he's only cool if we are just like friends
We
and
kept things
stand
very
up,
comedy,
like business,
yeah,
like
yeah.
only.
And I
like,
respected
as
that,
soon-
and
yeah,
I-
and you did, no problem. And that's like what made me so upset is he would talk so much shit about you. I was like, you don't know him. You don't know our friendship. Like
Yeah.
he is like, I moved home and wanted to kill myself. And who did I hang out with all the time? Bill, because I was like, oh, love
That's
Bill.
just
We
not-
have a
doing
great
better
time.
than
Like,
him.
That's not like that's young dude shit to behave like that. No one should.
So
No one should
insecure.
treat their girlfriend or boyfriend like that. Where it's like the number one rule when you embark on a relationship with somebody is like, are you cool with this person's life the way it is and their fucking cinematic universe surrounding it? If not, don't fucking start dating this
And
person.
just so I'm gonna leave all this in because it's actually really good.
Yeah.
This is actually very good content. And if he doesn't like it, come talk to me.
He's not gonna listen anyway.
I know
He
he's not
doesn't
gonna
know.
listen,
I think
but if
you're
you
cutting
want
a promo
to,
on him
if
right
he
now.
does, here's the thing. Like, here's how I cut a promo.
We're
Hey,
gonna
bud.
lay the
Hey, bud.
smackdown on him.
If you want to learn how to be less insecure, I'm gonna Andy Elliott you and fucking take you to the true alpha beta level that I can do, where I'll teach you how to be a beta male that just likes people and is okay being around people and doesn't get intimidated by other dudes, even if they're old and fat.
it really just,
bitch.
he made me cut so many people out of my life because he was like, this person's a bad influence, da da da, blah, blah. When we broke up, I was like, wow, I have so many more people in my life now. And like,
As
but
you
he
should,
just-
because you're so fun, and like that's like one
he
of the
just
things.
dulled my sparkle.
Yeah.
And everybody, and Julia even told me that.
Yeah.
She was like, you just weren't yourself.
Imagine getting perspective from Julia Mary.
That's what I was, but like,
That's rock bottom.
no,
Wild.
as,
Oh, I
pa-
think
Wild.
You have some insight on that.
as
wait,
Pants-
I have to show
sorry.
the picture of her. Do the sound effect.
as Pan said, if you can't, okay, listen.
All right.
I'm hot. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, I used to hate myself,
Jimmy?
and now I work really hard.
thing.
You're attractive.
I'm gonna make you eat my
I love
asshole.
how Jimmy's like,
Okay.
yeah, you're attractive.
And I've been with all of my exes have been insecure men. And you know what? One of my ex that I was living with in Chicago, we got into a fight one time because we went out with our friends. I was wearing a cute little outfit. I took my jacket off, and apparently some guys looked at me, and he goes, you took your jacket off, and all those guys were staring at you. And I said, and what would you, they didn't break the law. I was like, what did you want me to do? And I told him, if you want to date somebody that doesn't get attention, date someone boring and ugly. I don't know what to tell you.
Dude,
If you can't handle it, homeboy didn't like that I had an OnlyFans. Guess what I did? Deleted my OnlyFans.
if she's too much, go find less.
Yeah. And like literally, and I saw this, and I hate being, and not referring to myself as a baddie, but I saw this on TikTok where
You
it's
are
like,
a baddie.
guys want baddies until other people realize that they're with a baddie, and then they're like, but here's the thing, my ex, I still think is the hottest person I've ever been with, point blank period. Other people say he looks like a thumb, okay? So, I know. But like,
He was a jobber.
and he would get attention from women all the time. But guess what? I was like, guess what? At the end of the day, he's mine. Like, I had no thoughts or problems with it ever. And that's what drives me crazy. Like, a dude should be like, yeah, my girl is so funny. She's so hot. She's so awesome. Everybody loves her. But guess what? At the end of the day, she comes home with me and she loves me. And that's what drove me crazy is I was like, you should be like, this person is amazing and everybody recognizes it. But she's
That's like
mine.
my favorite thing is when people think my girl's hot.
Yeah.
They're like, oh.
Dude, I was like, yeah,
Because you're
I
like,
that's
hell
my
yeah.
thing.
When
It's
they're
like,
I
don't-
remember one time when she showed up on St. Patrick's Day last year, and goes, I knew she had tits, but I didn't know she had an ass, and I was like, that's right, friend.
Oh, okay. So you said it.
Yeah,
like my thing
Kara
is,
has some sneaky tits.
yeah, dude, yeah.
She
Listen,
does not show them off, and then it's like, oh.
but when she does, they're there.
Fuck,
I was not
Where did those
familiar
come
with your
from?
game, Kara.
So here's a little thing. So when we were at the wrestling program at Rocket Arena, I saw your ex, and because this is the kind of petty that I am. And
If
the
this
kind
story's gonna make me upset, don't tell me.
No.
Okay.
Like, because the thing that I like to do is like I'm a kill people with kindness thing. So,
Like a Mormon.
well, but like a little more like. I know I'm kind of being an asshole right now, and I know he doesn't want to do this, but I like locked eyes with him, and I was just like, "What's up?" and like made him fist bump me, and I knew he didn't want to do that.
I love that.
For some reason, Bill, halfway through that story, I thought you were talking about like you ran into one of my exes, and I was like, all my
yeah, I ran
girlfriends-
into one of your exes. at
Only
a
one of my
wrestling.
exes liked wrestling, and she tolerated it at best. She did not like it.
No, it was.
No, I
and
think-
he did it.
I don't.
Oh, he did it, but it was like the most like his. Like it was like all the way back
Oh,
here.
yeah.
I'm like, I'm coming to get it, buddy.
That is
This is like
wild.
this is like literally 4 exes.
Because I knew he hated me too, and so like to like go and
Yeah.
just like be like, hey, you. And the thing is, in that setting, a lot of people knew me there. Nobody, and some people probably knew him, but like they
Yeah.
WMMS and the WWE.
The Venn
fandom
diagram's
of that
almost-
is like
it's a
almost
pretty-
a circle.
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's so.
Well, that could segue into what we wanted.
Oh,
to
so
talk
Sarah.
about. Well,
went
wait.
out- she hasn't just dated a radio star. She went out.
I don't just date men on the radio. I do them Instagrammers too.
I need to get this story out because I'm gonna forget.
Okay,
it.
go.
So
Go,
it's like
sorry.
I had one ex. She got the fucking rom-com.
Bro, you got at least 2 exes
Thank you. You think?
on your
Yeah.
shirts.
She
Or at least you should. They're
no
low pipe.
exes of mine reach out. No, you know how everyone like gets the exes and they like try to circle back. I'd never had that. Like it just, and it probably says more about me than anything else.
Yeah.
I had one ex. The honeymoon ended literally spectacularly in one moment, and it was not my fault. And it took her years to circle back to talk to me. So she tried like getting back in by sending me a meme about the McRib or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Was this
okay, this is-
recently?
Like a year or
It's
so
like
ago.
a year or so
Okay.
ago, and this is one that like their arc went like they met, they were in love.
Bill was there.
and they Bill's the reason.
Bill, yeah.
I
Is
introduced
this
you guys.
Anyways, so
Do you
know what I'm
so,
doing?
No,
Okay.
So
No, this is
fucking,
the
she just circles back and she sends me like a
Oh,
she
okay.
sends me some meme about the McRib or like a link that the McRib was returning, and I didn't reply because I was still mad, and I was still like I'm not letting her win. I've moved on in my life. I've had sex with other people, whatever the fuck that means. So then 2 days later, your boy gets a little in his cups.
And he
So then I
calls.
just reply, why did you send me this? So like,
Fair question.
I don't because like,
because also you're not really a McRib guy anyway.
no, I hate the McRib.
Yeah.
but like,
That was her
She got me so bad, and she tried to clip my nuts so fucking hard. It took me days. So finally, like, I'm sitting there, I'm like fucking drunk, and I'm like, why'd you send me this? And then like she like replied with something pretty like she like kind of could feel her like she was like smoothing the waters. I just go, well, that's one thing that came back to me, and I just go, we are such a fucking pussy. I go, we are the worst person. I go, why? And then we kind of had a back and forth, and we talked about it. But I was like, I hate when people get me to my marrow because I know I let no one in ever.
I'm actually gonna clip this part out. This makes you look like such a piece of shit. Like not a piece of shit.
Me?
Yeah, fag.
It's a vulnerable moment. I don't
I'm
care.
kidding.
Yeah, I don't care.
I appreciate you being.
It is
vulnerable.
very jarring
Yeah.
when people come back in. So like the friend who introduced my ex and I, my ex will call him Roger, okay? So because that's such an ugly
Made up X
name.
names. Yeah.
So when Roger broke up with me,
The Undertaker.
yes, he was like sending me texts like constantly being like, thanks for showing me like what I actually want in a partner, blah, 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 like just horror. And I go, okay, we're done. So I blocked him. I never said anything online about him. The friend who introduced us, we'll call him Michael, Michael texted me out of nowhere, and I was at school that day subbing, and he was like, hey, like, I don't know what happened with you and Roger, but like he's telling me that like you're not taking it well and you're like slandering his name. Like I don't want to get in the middle of it, but like I just want you guys to get along. Like I know it didn't work out, blah, blah, blah. I was so mad. I had to go cry in the bathroom. I was like, I have said nothing about this person online. I am not slandering him. And that was because I know how he operates. He wanted me to text him and be like, what the fuck are you saying to Michael?
Yeah,
like,
right.
da, da,
No,
da. And I didn't. And I was so proud of myself because
had
I was
an
like,
ex that
I
would do the
said,
same stuff, yeah.
and I sent Michael a long voice memo and I said, this is what happened. And I said, da, 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 blah, blah. I said, I have said nothing about him. I've told my friends and family about it. I'm not online slandering him, saying anything about him. I was like, he's doing this because he wants me to text him because he thrived on the drama. He straight up picked me up from the airport after my family vacation with my stuff in the trunk, said, are you sure you don't want to be in an open relationship? I said yes. He said, okay, I'm breaking up with you. I didn't miss you the whole week you were gone. I used to be able to talk to you for 8 hours, and now I dread talking to you. That night, I go out with Julia and some people to Mahal's, have a great time. I turn off my read receipts. I turn off my location. He texts me, well, I guess like you're really over it, if blah, blah. And then he wanted to come over, and I was so drunk. I said, bring Taco Bell. I fell asleep. We hooked up in the morning. He said, I want to get back together. I said, no. I said, you don't tell me that you don't miss me for a week, that you dread talking to me. And I was like, no, because he just loved the drama.
Sarah, I need you to retell that whole story, but in the British accent.
I would like it in an Indian accent.
And it was just like,
He
so,
brought me Taco Bell.
Also, Bill, please,
bring me Taco Bell.
Please clip the whole X thing that I just told, because I'm in my cups now and I don't need that out there.
He's in his cups.
Oh.
It's okay. I have enough interesting stories
I've had
to
sex.
make that.
I've had sex with porn stars.
But I had that great line at the end where I called
Okay,
you.
Andrew
yeah.
Tate.
That hurt. that kind of.
Sorry, too far.
Too
far.
There's the
Oh,
line.
Also, when did you learn the phrase "I'm in my cups now"? Because you've used it twice already.
I've never
and I've
heard
never heard you
that.
say that ever.
That's like some old timey East Sider
On
fucking
TikTok.
alcoholic.
Yeah.
No, that's like some old timey drunk talk
All right,
where it's like,
let's talk.
I got me in me bit in me cups.
Sarah, we're gonna
We're
run
gonna land
things.
this plane.
Yeah, we're gonna
We're
land
gonna
this plane.
land this plane.
Run this one aground, as parents like to say, and we'll go with. You dated a famous Instagrammer.
I went on a
Viral
date
sensation.
on a date with him
with a
recently.
famous
Whoa, I think your hands are sweaty. Look at
Instagrammer.
that. That's gross.
Yeah, and like imagine it being your feet on like the risers dancing in show choir. But it was a footprint. Anyway, triggered. So I matched with this person on Hinge and didn't really know. I'll skip that part because that'll kind of give away who it is. So anyway.
You didn't know that they were internet famous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we went out Friday, and truth be told, based on this person's overall appearance, reputation, just overall looking at him, you
Aura.
think he was a piece of shit. Pants has now switched to Bumble, in case you're wondering what he's doing on his phone. Give the ladies a turn to talk. I'm so sorry. I've like smacked my chin into this mic. My nails are touching it. I can't just sit with my hands down.
Yeah, we know who you
famously.
are.
Okay.
We know.
So.
Let it out. Let it out.
Also, these nails, everybody come Amazon, and I glued them on myself. Anyway, okay. Anyway, so we go out Friday. We went to like a small bar.
But
and-
wait, you didn't finish that part of the thing. Is based on how he looked, and you said.
Oh. So I straight up, he asked me. He didn't ask me. We're on the date, and I go, I really thought you were going to be an asshole. And he goes, why would you say that? And I was like, because I like to humble my men, like especially if they have a lot of followers. Like he was telling me, he was like, yeah, like I started making videos, and then like in this amount of time, like now I'm making 6 figures. And I was like, oh, you're making 6 figures? Is that nice that you make little videos on the internet? And he's like, why are you so mean? And I was like, because I don't want to suck your dick figuratively.
You had him
like,
you had him so turned on when you were fucking cutting him down.
oh,
with
he
that.
goes,
Yeah.
are you mean? I said, yes. I was like, I'm not here to be like, I want to be on your Instagram. Like, I didn't want anything from this person. Like, I just thought, and I was like, and his kind of content is whatever. It's not my cup of tea, but fine. But it was just so funny because I'm like, I don't want this guy to roll up
Take
to
that,
be like,
Stefan Johnson. She doesn't like your content. You're
Hey, sir, yeah, fucking deal with it. Take the L. Come
and
on.
like,
and those are the two influencers in Cleveland.
that's really
Who?
it. Like,
who did you say?
I said Stefan Johnson. He does the voiceovers and like he does a lot of food review stuff.
Oh.
He's great actually.
Yeah, I never heard of him. We
this
don't know him.
episode is just,
He's also married and like he's.
But
he's a
like
sweet boy.
this person, we actually had like a really good time. But it was funny. We were at the bar, and at one point he went up to go to the bathroom, and I get a tap on my shoulder, and it's him, and he's like, "I'm so sorry. Could you take a picture for us?" And I turn around, and it's like this little dude's like, "It's him!" And I was like, "From what?" And he tells me.
Jesus Christ.
From what is the most offensive?
Did you even want to go on the date?
Yes, but I want him to
This is
know
the funniest story
I'm
I've
not
heard.
in this because of your like presence
This is
online,
actually
and
beautiful. I love it.
and I'm not impressed. And I was like,
did he know that you were a comedian and you did comedy?
yes.
And like you were a performer and you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like that was something that we were able to like connect over, being like in the entertainment world, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, he goes, this guy's like, it's this guy, and I was like, I don't. From what? And he said it again. I go, I don't. Say it again. And he goes,
YouTube?
oh, dude, what? And then we're leaving, and I take their picture, and the guy I was out with, he was like, we're actually on a date. And the other guy that this little munchkin dude was with, he was like, oh, awesome, like, sorry. And then we're leaving, and a different set of people recognize him. And, like, I got that sometimes when I was with my ex because people recognized him.
He
like,
was
but
in a
I
very-
thought...
he had a different crowd of
He had a different crowd of people, but
he had
I thought
people,
that was
yeah.
so fun, and like that was another thing is I thought he was the coolest person alive, and he was so embarrassed by me, and I was like, find somebody that doesn't speak. Then I don't know what to tell you. Like I am who I am. I'm silly. I'm weird. I do this when I'm excited,
She
and
does
if
do
you
that
don't
when
like
she's
that, then I don't know what to tell you.
Bill, the other night when I brought Sarah up on stage, I just go, please laugh long and hard and heartily at this next comedian, or she's gonna punch her own face with my fist. And I didn't do any further.
And I get up and I was like,
Yeah.
yeah. No, and I had to explain. I get on stage, I was like, thank you for that, where only 3 people understand what you're talking about. And I was like, but sometimes when I'm getting excited, I go like this. And so I was like,
And
how
she
much more
proceed-
inside baseball
She
could you...
proceeded to destroy everyone on stage and in that room that night. So you're welcome, Sarah.
Sarah's so funny.
As a true man, I'll take credit.
Jimmy gives it.
Jimmy just creamed his little jeans.
So hard.
But
Wait, so would you go on like a second date with this guy?
yes.
Yeah,
Even though
like-
you
like-
just
you had a
cut
good
him
time.
down.
Oh, he was like, I like you. And
Yeah.
I said, obviously. And I was like, we had so much fun. I was like, yeah, I'm the tits, dude. Like, what are you talking about? But he was like, yeah, yeah, because but I was like, yeah, I'm not here to be like, oh, it's you. Like, I was just like, so that's
You
why.
just like wanted to go out with this guy.
Because
and
I
you're-
know this guy probably gets it all the time. And like, he told me he doesn't. And I said, I don't believe that for a fucking second. But like,
So Drew Carey, you're in.
so I blew Drew Carey is what, that's going to be the name of my special.
So I blew Drew Carey. Yeah.
I blew Drew
He
Carey.
rocked her Cleveland.
Like so. This happens with like Kara will see me get recognized and stuff like that, and I'm just like, hey, thanks, whatever. And she gets like, she's like, you're just Bill.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know, but they.
But
you
it
know,
is when
It's
you
a lot
know.
more how you hold it up now.
It is that, but like,
I'm sorry,
it's like,
I'm
but if
sorry.
they're not paying attention, they're like, they'll be like, oh, is this the worst time of your life? And I'm like, well, if you've been paying attention, I'm actually having the fucking best time
Yeah.
of my life. Like, I'm
He just
really-
opened for Aziz Ansari the other night.
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
I mean,
like,
you
thanks
did.
for watching
I
my
knew
story.
that.
You bet.
I watch your fucking beans story.
Is that why you weren't at High and Dry?
No, Thursday I was in Columbus, and then I got a text from
Wait, that's
Aziz's.
so cool.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome. I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
I was in Columbus. I was supposed to be in Columbus Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Friday, I got a text at 3:30 from Aziz's tour manager, and they're like, "Hey, are you available tonight to open for Aziz Ansari at the State Theater in Playhouse Square?"
Yes, man.
And I was like, "Yeah, I can be available." And so I like called the Don't
jumped in
Tell.
his car and fucking hit 90 on the freeway.
I called Don't Tell producer. I'm like, "Hey, I'm not going to be there tonight. I'm going to open for Aziz." And he's like, "I get it. That's cool." and so by the time I get in my car from the hotel, it is 4:00. The show's at 7. It's a 2-hour and 15-minute drive. And I'm like, okay, I have my dog with me. I have not showered today. I am pretty gross. Should I go and just bring my dog? And I was like, and I text Pants about this, and he's like, bring your dog, better story. And I was
Yeah.
like, it is. But I wasn't able to make good enough time that I was able to get home. I set an alarm. I pulled into my garage at my building at 6:15. I was back in my car. The alarm went off as I got in the elevator at 6:26.
Wait, so you dropped the?
I dropped my dog
Whoopsie
off.
and-
Yeah, because it was more about the shower than anything. I wasn't
Yeah.
worried
Oh,
about
yeah,
Whoopsie.
yeah.
I just felt real gross.
Really?
And so
Yeah, okay.
So I was just like, I need to take a shower and be clean. I can't.
Man, you got in and out of the shower, fucking put your dog up,
Yeah.
and you got back in the car
Back in the car
in like 10 minutes.
in 10 minutes.
That's some fucking.
Yeah,
bad.
I was
That is
I was-
adrenaline.
Yeah, exactly. And I get in my car. I know, I've done other shows at Playhouse Square, so I know where I park. And I get there and I'm texting the tour manager. I'm like, hey, because originally I was like, oh, I'll be there about 6:15.
Have you opened for him before?
I have not.
How did he get your info?
Playhouse Square.
Okay.
They knew me.
Okay.
So I get there, like I'm texting her. I'm like, oh, I'll probably be about 6:15, and I was like, oh, it's gonna be more like 6:30, 6:45. And she's like, okay. I get there at 6:45. They start the show at 7:15, so it all works out just fine. I'm there in plenty of time, feeling nice and fresh, and the show was so good. It was so fun.
How much time did you do?
15.
Okay.
Yeah, and like they have the clock on stage, and I was like as I'm like saying, they're like, don't introduce Aziz, just say he'll be out soon, and I'm like, thank you so much. My name's Bill Squire. Aziz will be out soon. And I look at the clock, and it says 15 minutes and 30 seconds, and I'm like, I fucking nailed it.
Nice.
And I like walk back, and
So
then
wait,
he goes
was there
on
a
and
host for the evening, or is it just?
it's just
you
me and
then
him,
Aziz?
just two-man
Yeah.
show. Yeah. So it went really well. We're very happy with it. Got very good feedback from people. Aziz was very cool, and like here's the Aziz story that I'm going to tell, because in 2013 or 14, I was doing a show in Columbus, and I was driving down the street, and I was married at the time. And my ex-wife and I were like big Parks and Recs fan, like watched his stand-up specials.
Big Tom
And-
Haverford guys.
Yeah. Entertainment 720 will go around the world twice for you.
Snake juice.
Snake juice. Fucking God. Love this.
Sorry,
kid.
rabbit
So
hole,
so
rabbit hole.
yeah. So like we see him go into this coffee shop, and it's just random. We pull over real quick, run into the coffee shop, and just say, "Hey, Aziz, we're fans." And he's like, "Oh, thank you so much." He's like, "Hey, I'm just gonna cut you. Like, I'm not gonna do pictures, because once I do one picture, I gotta do a picture with everybody." And it like, and I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
we totally get that." And I was like, "I just wanted to say hi. Like, I'm a comedian. I'm doing a show tonight." He's like, "Well, I got 2 shows tonight. Do you want to come to the late show?" And I was like, yes, I do. And so he's like, "Okay, email my tour manager, and we'll set that up for you." So I sent her an email. She puts me like we get tickets to the late show, and like he didn't have to do that. He could just be like, "Oh, thanks, appreciate that." But he gave us like really good seats, and we got to go see him down there in Columbus. And then I like told him that story. He's like, "Oh man, I'm so happy you have a good story about me." Like, he's like, "I thought you were gonna be like,
He was
hey,
like,
I
"Oh,
met you in
God."
Columbus," and you're like, "Get out of here, fatso." So he was like very cool on stage, and like just like a sweetheart. And his set was great. And I don't know if you guys know like his stand-up specials.
Yeah.
He's got like the stories about.
Did you read his book?
I did not read his book. Ooh,
Okay.
I might.
It's
audiobook
interesting,
that, yeah.
sidebar, because
Yeah.
it's not like about his life. He does like a social experiment on love. It's
Yeah.
actually very interesting.
Yeah, he's a very like
smart
Is
and
that
funny
what
dude.
like Master of None was based off of?
I don't know. You'd have to ask him.
Yeah. Did
you
Aziz,
watch-
I'll text him later.
Okay.
Please do.
Yeah, I'll text his tour manager later. But that's all. I don't have his number. But anyway, he where was I?
That he said, "I'm so glad you have a good story about me."
Oh yeah, he had a good story about me, and so yeah, no, there was something else. And
Oh, okay. Well, we started with you getting recognized,
Yeah.
Kara being like, "You're just Bill."
Yeah.
Then you did Aziz.
Yeah.
Then you got off stage.
I got off stage.
He's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy, and like talked to he's got a the homeless pimp is his like photographer and like videographer. Very
Is that
cool
his
dude.
government name?
Yes, it's his government
Homeless
name.
pimp.
But he was cool. But it was just like a really cool experience overall. And,
Yeah.
And just the fact that like I don't know that was just like a and I never performed at the State Theater at Playhouse Square. And so there's only one theater that I haven't performed yet at Playhouse Square, and it's the Connor Palace. But like I've got them all the rest of them checked off. So like I'm pretty excited.
That's
about it. It was a
awesome.
good weekend. Then I did Don't Tell in Columbus on Saturday. That was so fun. I actually want to go back to this because it was, Don't Tells happen in places that are just like random.
Yes.
Don't Tell took over real quick.
Don't Tell's great.
Yeah.
And there's
I
some
thought
people,
it was just Chicago, and then
No.
I moved
No, it's
here, and then I
everywhere, yeah.
found they're
yeah,
everywhere.
they're everywhere. And like there's different levels of like Don't Tells, but like the Columbus Don't Tell is really good.
Is it?
And we did a show at like a dance studio, which it's like a really nice place. Like it was a great setup. The crowds were fantastic. But walking
I've
into
done a show in a dance studio before with like the ballet bar and
yeah,
everything.
yeah. So it's like behind me. It's like
Yeah,
one
yeah.
point I'm like grabbing. I'm like, this is sturdy. I think it could hold me.
Sarah already
But also,
performs like,
like
there's a fucking ballet bar on stage. Just
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
right.
yeah.
very
Like
mobile.
our reactions would be very different. So you'd be like, I can do this, and like
Yeah,
kick your leg
right.
up and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
Sarah-
And
Sarah-
I'm like, I shouldn't be in this building.
Well, that's what's so funny when you tell people you do stand up. What's their first question?
How big's your
Where?
dick? Oh.
Okay, yeah. It's where. And I'm like, any place you can put a microphone and at least 6 people is a show.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you I did a nude show?
Yeah.
Okay, so back in 2018, when I was living in Chicago, I did a show for a nudist group in the basement. No, sorry, an unfinished basement of a coffee shop in the middle of the day on a Saturday in Chicago, and all the comics had to be nude. Except the shoes, because it was unfinished, so they didn't want us poking our feet. This is true story. And it was also a potluck. So they had food, which
Gross.
I did not help myself to, because
Yeah.
I don't want food that is at ball level. Like,
Yeah.
it is scrotums and meatballs. Like, I was like, also I'm a vegetarian, so no
Ball
meatballs
level
for me.
fucking-
Like,
no one wants ball level food.
and I remember, and I don't know why I was so like nervous about it, because now I'm like, look online, I'm naked somewhere. But like at the time, I was like so nervous. I remember crying, and I was like, I don't want to do it. And I had so much fun, but they didn't have, because this was the unfinished basement of a coffee shop. They only had, for some reason down there, like those old school desks where the chair is attached to the desk. And it was BYOT, bring your own towel. And so everybody is sitting on their towels so that you're not getting like a disease.
yeah.
And the bathroom was upstairs. So obviously you had to put clothes on if you had to go to the bathroom. But I watched as soon as people came downstairs, like hit the bottom step, their pants were off. As you can imagine, it was mostly older people, but there was this very young hung man, and I said, thank you. That was nice to look at. And then, but it was actually so much fun.
I actually heard size isn't that important, but like, whatever.
I haven't really heard. Oh my God,
What
we're close.
the fuck?
Special
Speaking
guest.
of a big dick,
Speaking of big dicks, LT Magnato of Guardian Cold Brew, Martha on the fly.
That scared the fuck out of me.
Oh, that
nobody's
he walked
supposed to
in.
be in here.
Keep making
Sarah,
magic.
Sarah, this is my good buddy LT.
Hi,
nice to
nice
meet
to
you.
meet
Say hi to
you.
the red camera.
Hello, Red Camera.
What are you here for? What are you here to plug?
I'm here to plug the Worm, Ringworm, still representing. Been doing it since 1989. We're still out here doing it.
We're going to a matinee show at no class after this, so
For who?
he's
Ringworm.
being humble, but he owns
I didn't
he
know
owns
that
Martha.
band.
yeah.
He owns Martha on the Fly in Tremont, and he owns Guardian Cold Brew. I'm missing like 2 or 3 other things, but those are the
Can you
biggies.
get in there when he says that?
Here, yeah,
Sorry, I'm the
swing back
producer.
around.
Jimmy's like, sorry, I'm in charge.
Look at
So
how-
if you
look
He
put
how
owns
those
confident you
cameras-
Martha
are.
and the Fly,
Yeah.
home of Cleveland's best breakfast sandwich.
Thank you so much.
I'm gonna,
He
I'm gonna
owns Guardian
explain
Cold
why I'm in a
Brew,
good mood
which I did not
after.
design the bottle for.
And I love my buddy OK Pants.
Put your
Are you guys doing lobster rolls this Friday?
Yeah, we're doing fish fry every Friday during Lent. We've got buckets of cod. We've got lobster rolls.
I like the
we've got
lobster
shrimp.
rolls.
Buckets of
We got it
cod
all, baby.
The
is
fly
my
by,
ship's
baby.
name.
Where's
Buckets of
the
cod
fly
is
bar?
actually a pretty good hardcore name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Buckets of
that's
cod.
a name for sure. Yeah. That's at Martha on the Fly in Tremont every Friday during Lent.
There you have
This
it.
comes out the
This
day
has been-
after Lent ends.
This has been an odyssey of an episode.
Yeah.
Let's.
Yeah.
I think we can park it on that
like
one.
a minute or an hour 20.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
yeah,
let's
bro.
wrap
This
this
has
up.
been.
All
We
right.
could. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming to Cleveland, America.
Thanks for having me. This was fun.
It's not a serious place.
Bye.
Bye.